Zipping Zippers Save the Zoo, written by Elaine Reese Wyman and illustrated by Rita Friedman. Zipping Zippers Save the Zoo. Everyone in Letter People Land enjoys the animals at the zoo. The animals always perform for them. However, one day the animals decide to leave the zoo. The zookeeper telephones Mr. Z. Mr. Z, she says, please zip your zipping zippers and zoom to the zoo. I need your help. So Mr. Z zips his zippers and packs a large sack and rushes to the zoo. The zookeeper is waiting for Mr. Z. What's wrong? Asks Mr. Z. Well, look all around and you will know, she answers. There are no animals, says Mr. Z. Where are they? The animals have decided to leave the zoo, she says. I have begged them to stay, but they won't listen to me. You're their friend, Mr. Z. Please talk to them. Letter People Land needs a zoo. Mr. Z finds his animal friends, and they are packing their belongings. Where are you going? Why are you leaving? Asks Mr. Z. Well, says Timothy Tiger, we can't live here anymore. We have too many problems. Oh, please, says Mr. Z, let's talk about it. Problems can be solved if you talk about them. No one wants to hear our problems, said the animals. I do, says Mr. Z. I want to hear each one. Then I'll be able to help you. I'll tell you mine, says Timothy Tiger. I'm a tiger who won't growl. People look at me and say, why does the zoo keep a tiger who won't growl? It's very embarrassing. Well, why won't you growl? Asked Mr. Z. Because I have no teeth, says Timothy. The dentist had to pull all my teeth. He made false teeth for me. They look fine, but they sure don't feel fine. They hurt. I only use them when people visit the zoo. Then I have to take them out. That's not a problem, says Mr. Z. No one cares if you have false teeth. But you don't understand, says Timothy. It takes too long to put these teeth in and out. So I never use them anymore. And if I don't have teeth, I won't growl. So I'm leaving the zoo. It's my turn, says Lester Lion. Mr. Z, look at my fur mane. Why, it's beautiful, says Mr. Z. But it's heavy and it's hot, says Lester. I get cranky wearing heavy, hot fur all day long. A cranky lion does not belong at the zoo, so I'm leaving. False teeth and a fur mane are problems, says Katy Kangaroo, but wait till you hear my problem. I'm listening, says Mr. Z. Well, says Katy Kangaroo, my baby kangaroo jumps in and out of my pouch all day long. I spend all my time chasing her. I am always tired. And a tired kangaroo does not belong at the zoo, so I'm leaving. All the animals tell Mr. Z their problems. Mr. Z listens carefully to each one. I can solve your problems, he says. Oh, please solve mine, says Timothy. Mr. Z looks in his sack and pulls out 2 zipping zippers. This will solve your problem, says Mr. Z. I don't know, zipping zippers are good for you, Mr. Z, says Timothy, but they can't help me. My zipping zippers can do all the zipping work, says Mr. Z. They'll zip your teeth in and they'll zip your teeth out. Your teeth will be easy to use. Zipping hardly takes any time at all. Ooh, I like it, says Timothy. Let me try. I love it. I will stay at the zoo. Now let's solve your problem, Lester Lion, says Mr. Z. I have zipping zippers for you too. I don't know, it's a great idea for Timothy, says Lester, but zippers are too small for me. My fur mane is long and heavy. Not too long or heavy for these zipping zippers, says Mr. Z, as he pulls and pulls and pulls a large, long zipper from his sack. Zowie, says Lester, I've never seen such a gigantic zipping zipper. Lester Lion is so excited, he takes the zipping zipper and zooms from the room. When he comes back into the room, the animals could not believe what they see. There is Lester without his fur mane. "Where's your fur mane?" they asked. "I zipped it off," says Lester, "and in a minute I will zip it back on. I like it. I'm going to stay here at the zoo." "Mr. Z, you probably have a zipping zipper for my pouch," says Katie Kangaroo, "but I'm afraid a zipper won't help me. My baby kangaroo can zip zippers by herself." "Well, your baby kangaroo will not be able to zip this zipper," says Mr. Z. "Only you will have the key." "A zipper with a lock," says Katie. "What a wonderful idea." "See, zipping zippers can help each one of you," says Mr. Z. "So please don't leave the zoo." The animals do not leave the zoo. However, one day Zelda Zebra does not want to wear her stripes. So Mr. Z zooms to the zoo with zipping zippers. Zipping zippers always solve problems at the zoo.